I tell you what, man, we're making it a habit each and every week, and but we're finding a way. Proud of our guys. First off, I want to talk about this senior class. It being senior day. Love these dudes. They're they are guys that have really stuck with this program and have believed from the start. And love them to death. They're a huge reason why I'm the head football coach here, and I'm so glad that we were able to send them out with a victory today on Senior Day. We went ahead and kept it on Texas State because no games are guaranteed this year, and we wanted to make sure they got honored. As far as the game goes, still haven't played a complete game as offense, defense, and special teams. Special teams hurt us tonight with kickoffs and kickoff returns by them. Defensively, I thought we were playing pretty good in the first half. They got the touchdown. They obviously got the kickoff return for a touchdown, and then they got the touchdown after the turnover, and then they had a drive, which, I thought we were playing fine. Second half, I would have liked to seen us put them away and not make it close. Very proud of our offense coming out and doing what they needed to do. I think we were 6 for 6 in the red zone. Still a couple times where I think, we had to settle for a field goal and not get a touchdown. Very proud of the offense on that last drive because they did an awesome job putting that game away. Defensively, we'll go back to work on it. Again, they've been playing great. We'll go look at the film. We'll make sure that we continue to get corrected, get better, and we'll go try to win another one. But proud of these guys tonight and proud of them going and just keep playing and getting a win.
Coach, can you be happy for the win and yet concerned for the defense, seeming like they took a big step back after playing their best game of the season, holding Troy to 2 field goals, then giving up 5 touchdowns to Texas State?
Well, first and foremost, I'm always going to be happy with a win, always. Even the ugly ones, the pretty ones, all of them. I'm going to be happy with them because we work our butts off to try to get wins, and that's what we did. We had a tough week. We had a lot of weather issues, and our guys came to work every day. Every day. We had a monsoon on Tuesday, and they went to work. Wednesday, we didn't get outside. We had to go in the Hanner Field House, and they went to work. Thursday, they went to work. Friday, they went to work. And then we got a W. Obviously, there's things that we got to clean up, and we're going to go to work on that tomorrow. We're going to hold people accountable. We're going to hold coaches accountable. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and we're going to try to get better. But I'm telling you what, I'd a whole lot rather be trying to hold myself accountable on a win than a loss, no question.
Coming out of the locker room with a lead, you come out here and put together an 8-minute drive. How did that set the tone for the rest of the second half of just, y'all had, I think, 41 minutes of time of possession, and that 8-minute drive just seemed like it really just changed things for you.
Yeah, there was no question. I mean, it was exactly what we needed coming out of half because we had let them get back into it. We were able to get that touchdown late, first half to go back up. And we knew we were going to get the ball in the second half, and that's exactly what we needed. We needed to go take time off the clock. We needed to go make sure that we finished off that drive there. And that was big. I thought the offense did a really good job with that tonight, keeping the ball away from them.
Coach, last week you had had to have a lot of long drives because you mentioned field position was so poor. A lot of the times in the scoring drives today, you had some pretty good field position. Your offense was able to hold the ball, cash it in, and really pick up the slack when the defense kind of struggled. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's a whole lot easier to get drives and points when your field position works for you. I believe last week average start line was either 17 or 19, and percentages are, it's not going to end in points. Analytically. But today we got short fields, early turnovers, things that were really big for us to go ahead and try to cash in on it. So no question, field position played a part in this.
Is it too simple to say that when they're getting touchdowns and you're getting field goals, that's kind of a dangerous way to try to keep a lead? Did you feel like you had to get touchdowns with the way the game was flowing, or is that just a too simple way to look at it?
No, it's a great way to look at it. I mean, if they score a touchdown and we kick a field goal, they got 4 more points, and they're going to catch up quickly when that happens. But again, we scored when we needed to, and we were able to put that thing away. I'd have loved to got a touchdown when we had to kick that field goal at the end, to go up by 9. It would have been great to go up by 13 there. That would have definitely helped things. Rayner's done a really good job this year. He's had 3 misses, one at Louisiana, one at Coastal, and then obviously one last week against Troy. And all 3 of those hurt. And for him to come back and really nail those field goals tonight, that says a lot about him. And that was big for us.
How have you seen his confidence grown from, that week, week 1 was his first game, against Campbell, and then now going 4 for 4 tonight? How has his confidence and progression grown, from week 1 to now?
Well, I think his mindset is right. I mean, I think his mindset is you're only as good as your next kick, and he moves on. He moves on from the last one, whether it's a make or a miss. And I'll tell you, he had a really good week of practice too. I saw it. I was a little bit worried about him coming out of that Troy game. We won, but I know he felt like, man, I could have put the game away for us, and I know he felt bad about that. But now there was no mental issues this week. He really went to work, had a great week of practice, and that's what he does. He just resets each week and he goes back to work. So he's really grown since the first game, and I'm glad we got him.
Coach, do you feel like the offense took a step forward, and if so, how?
I think we did. Obviously production was really awesome tonight. 386 yards rushing, 437 total yards. We had 2 100-yard rushers, scored 40 points, 2 of 2 on 4th down, 6 of 6 in the red zone, 50% on 3rd down conversions. Possession time, 41 minutes, 19 seconds. We only punted 1 time. The unfortunate part, I think, was the interception and the fumble. I think if we don't have those 2 things, that's probably we might have a 50-point night, but I do think they took a step forward. I think they took a challenge on, and we just got to continue to get better. I think our guys are really taking a challenge and not just sitting back and going, man, this is just, they know they can be better. And if we can keep that mindset of we just got to be better every time and not ever get complacent, I think that'll be great. But just proud of them. I mean, our defense has really played their butts off the last few weeks and really won football games for us. And we got in a shootout tonight, and the offense came through for us. So that just shows you what type of team we are. When one side's struggling, the other one picks it up, and I'll take that anytime.
Shai sets the record for the Sun Belt as far as rushing quarterbacks go. He did that in the first half. Your thoughts? I know you've talked a lot about him. He bounces back from, an interception and that fumble and played really.
Yeah, Shai, I tell you, these last 2 games now, his poise has been awesome, man. There's no panic in him. And, early on, I thought he was pressing in the season because he just wants to be great. But he's really letting things come to him. And for him to set the record tonight and just do a great job with our offense, I think he was the leading rusher tonight. Made some huge runs at critical times and made some good reads at critical times that put the ball in the end zone. So again, glad we got him. I can't wait to see how he gets better next week.
I was going to ask what Josh was asking. When you don't have J.D. King and you have certain plays that you'd love to have a J.D. King to hand the ball off to, you had different guys to go with, but it seemed like when Shai needed to make a big play, he made a big play, and then toward the end of the game, Matt LaRoche and Logan made big plays. But it seemed like the first half or first 3 quarters of the game, Shai was the one that was kind of making the impact. You find that fair?
Yeah, no question. A lot of our 3rd down conversions were quarterback runs. It was either a zone give or zone keep, and he, we put it in his hands, and that shows, he did a really good job of running the offense by doing what the defense was giving him, and he did a really good job of extending drives, making the reads, and getting the ball in the end zone for us. And again, like Logan Wright really stepped up. I mean, losing J.D. King's a huge blow to our offense, but I really like our running back room, man. Logan Wright came to work. Matt LaRoche came to work. Gerald Green comes to work. We got a freshman sitting down there, Jalen White, that one day people are going to go, wow, on. So I know we got a next man up mentality in that room for sure.
You touched on it in your opening about the senior class, but Raymond talked about when he got here as a freshman, the 2-10 season, and the 10-3 turnaround, a bowl game last year, looking like another bowl game this year. What does this senior class impact mean for both this team, obviously, but also the Georgia Southern program and the history of the Georgia Southern program?
Well, a lot of things are not going to be known that this senior class is going to do for our team. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. When you don't have an off season, it's hard. And I know everybody can sit back and go, well, back in the old days, they didn't bring them in the summer. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. When your guys are used to that and your guys are used to being held accountable and your guys are used to going through team activities that really builds a bond for a football team. I mean, and I know everybody in the country is going through it. I know. And I'm not saying that's unique to Georgia Southern, but what I am saying is this senior class has really stepped up to really continue to build that bond. When we say brotherhood, it ain't just like the brotherhood's been here before the Falcons even started talking about it. And when we say brotherhood, we mean it. And these guys, this senior class is building our future because of what they're doing with these guys in this locker room. So it's invaluable, regardless of what the record ends up being this year. What they're doing with this football team is invaluable.
One guy in particular, talking about Raymond, what is his impact on this team and both, on the field and off the field?
Man, Raymond, I tell you what, this guy, he's always been a mature guy. When he got here, you could tell, a lot like, I'm talking about Derek Canteen right now, and a lot like I talked about Kendall Vildor. Raymond's been that same type of guy. He's just been a worker, and he's always had a maturity about him. Has a good feel, for our team. He's like if I need to figure out something, he has a great pulse on the locker room. And again, he's a great player too, which is huge. But just those intangibles that he puts out there with his leadership skills and just having a pulse on the team. He's a great defensive leader, but he's respected throughout this whole team, not just defense. He's a guy that we have to hang our hats on an awful lot, to get the message across, because he's the one that pushes it out for sure.
Did you feel a difference with the defensive line when he wasn't out there, when he, I guess he had an ear get cut and he had to get stitched up? Did you see a difference in play when he was missing?
No, you know what? I feel like we, just like our running back room, I think our defensive line has really good depth. Obviously not having Raymond in there, that's like not having a JD King. There's no question. But I think those guys step up. I would have liked to got more pressure on the quarterback. I would like to. I know we didn't get any sacks. I'd like to see how many hits we got on him. It'd be hard to make that statement right now because obviously anytime Raymond's not in there, I mean, he's a great football player for us. But I do think our defensive line is deep, and I think they come in and do a really good job when he's not in there.
Really well the rest of the game. You mentioned about not getting that much pressure last week against Troy. It seemed like you guys got a lot of pressure, a lot of hurries. Looked like today he scrambled a little bit, was able to extend plays and make some big plays down the field. Your thoughts on how their quarterback played and how you're.
Well, their quarterbacks are tough dudes now. Watching them all year, I mean, those guys are tough. I do think in the first half we were getting hits on them. And frustrating them a little bit, obviously because of the picks and stuff that were going on. Second half, I think that they were able to protect them a little bit better and extend the plays a little bit longer. As you see, most of the big plays, most of the explosive plays came from an extended play. Not many just catch, throw, and it's a big play. A lot of it was just not getting pressure there, and all of a sudden, now there's a receiver open and that type of stuff. But again, I'd be making general statements because I haven't really just locked in on it yet.
We'll
All
talk
right.
about Army on Monday, I guess. Army on Monday, right?
I hadn't even thought about Army, so it'd probably be better to wait till Monday because I'll get on that tomorrow.
Defense
Maybe
was-
get on tonight. I don't know.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thanks,
GATF.
Coach.
Got it.